It's
Hi.
nice seeing you today. I know we met last week. We talked a little bit about some tough decisions and some tough choices that you have coming up. And I remember last week that you mentioned that a job opportunity just came up. Do you want to talk to me a little bit about that?
Yes, okay. I had this job previously in the summer beforehand, and it's a seasonal position. So once the summer season was over, um, I was relieved of the job. Now the office is hiring again for the same position, just a new batch of people, a new team, and I wanted to reapply. The only thing that's holding me back is my mom told me that it wouldn't be a good decision to apply because of the time commitment and the money that I would get out of it wouldn't meet my needs. But I feel I should do it because it is my passion. I do like doing the job that I was doing. My mom thinks otherwise. And
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so it sounds to me that you're a little torn because it's something that you've already done before, you really enjoy what you do, and you already completed that last summer, you said, but you're having some difficulty in that your mom recommended you not to continue doing that this year.
Mhm.
Tell me a little bit about why maybe you feel like it would be a good thing for you to do.
So before my first time going in, I wasn't aware of a lot of my skill sets. I didn't know what I need to improve on. But after the season, I gave presentations to 250 people. I gave tours of my college campus every day, and I really did work really great in my public speaking. I learned how to better work in groups. I learned how to act professionally in a job-like setting. So I did like grow and learn a lot from that, and I feel if I go back, I can learn better like about myself or find those skills that I knew that I didn't know I had. I can network better with other faculty members at university because I work alongside with them. So I feel like that's, and then obviously helping the students come in through the summer and their family members, that really does make it worthwhile. So I think that's why I should return.
Okay.
Answer.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. So it sounds like you went through a lot of growth during the summer, and that is what has given you that push to continue learning more about yourself, about how you can learn more about the job market, about how you can grow and develop into a more professional person. Doing that, you feel like in applying, you can continue that growth. Is there any other maybe reasons why you would like to, continue the application process for that? So I heard a couple things. I heard personal growth, professional growth. I also heard your passion for helping new students come into college. You talked about how it was a way for you to network with the people, the faculty in the university level. So let's talk a little bit about some of the barriers. So we talked about the benefits. So, and now talking about the barriers, what would that be?
Definitely the pay out of it. So it's a 12-hour day, and I do about 23 of those sessions throughout the whole summer. Then I do about 3 weeks of training because there's a lot of information. And in total, I get a stipend about 2,000, and that's if you calculate minimum wage with those hours, I'm not getting that much back. That would be the only thing holding me back because of that. That's why my mom said no, or she's saying no, that I shouldn't do that.
Okay.
Because I could be spending my time more effectively in other things. And although like I understand what she's trying to say, also the fact that I will have a really weird sleeping schedule. It takes me about an hour to get to campus from my house, so it's if I have to get there by 6:30, leave my house by 5:30, waking up at 4.
Right.
And then after the day, getting off at 7, getting home at 8 o'clock. So am I getting enough sleep?
Right. So, you have to commute every single day. So it would be waking up super early, going to sleep fairly early as well. Do you have any other commitments as well during the summertime? Okay.
That would really be it, yeah.
Okay. So then you would be waking up early, sleeping early. The commuting, is there usually a lot of traffic when you go home and come back? Okay. And it sounds like the financial portion of this decision as well. Since you did it last semester, do you think it helped have that stipend?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
because it did pay for gas.
So it brought a little bit of income to you. Do you think overall it covered most of your expenses for gas?
Yeah.
Particularly? Okay. Okay, great. So some of the barriers, going back to what we were talking about before, was the sleep schedule. How many hours a day do you sleep?
I try to get 6 in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get 6 in. During when I'm working over the summer, I'll get like 5,
Okay.
and then
And do you see that impact you in any way?
not really.
Okay.
When I'm working, my life is work. I don't have other time to do other things, so I'll work, I'll go to bed, I'll work on the weekends. That's when I'll catch up on sleep or socialize or stuff like that. So
Okay. So it's mostly the fact that it's not really the hours of sleep, or that's the issue, or is it just the time managing the time?
I think it's a little bit of both. My mom believes that I don't get enough sleep,
Okay.
but I think I do. And then the time management, I think I would be able to do that now since I've experienced it beforehand. What to expect, washing your clothes because you don't get enough work clothes, or preloading that. So I don't think the time management would be as a factor returning because I have that experience, but I think the sleep schedule might be.
Okay. So are there maybe some changes that you would do this time around compared to last time?
Maybe I would go and pay rent and go sleep at my friend's apartment. I have a lot of friends that live off campus,
Okay.
right across school. So I would maybe, now that I'm working, save up money and then ask for them to sleep over for those times that we do work, because other people did that.
Okay.
Last year, I didn't have money back then.
Right.
I didn't have a job before the season, the summer. Now that I do, I can have that option. So maybe I could do that as well.
So you're currently working right now as well.
Yeah.
So it was a summer job,
Mhm.
and it turned into a fall position as well, or?
It's in the same office, but this job is more for campus tours, whereas the season, that's for students coming in and national transfer, first-time freshmen,
Okay.
and that's over the summer only. And they're 2 separate positions, but I applied to both and I got them both. So,
Great.
but yeah.
So I noticed a little bit of, I don't know, was that
Clapping.
sarcasm or?
For what?
Because I just kind of noticed a little bit, like you clapped your hands and then you rolled your eyes just a tiny bit. So what was that about?
Clap my hands because I like clapping.
Uh-huh.
I'll roll my eyes because I didn't think I would get the position twice. For my tour guide interview, I completely choked in front of an individual interview in front of a panel. So that one was a doozy. And then for the summer position, I was comparing myself to the others in the group interview, and I'm like, I'm not qualified. I don't know, the people are ahead of me in their skill sets or knowledge. But yeah, so I look back, I'm like, why did they hire me? But I did good. So yeah.
Yeah, you got hired to both, which is wonderful, like amazing. It's probably difficult to get either job, and the fact that you got both, is wonderful. So was there like a difference in time when you switched positions, or did they overlap a little bit?
Since I had that position, that was my responsibility, and then after the summer was over, I went back to my other position because they're in the same department and they work alongside each other.
Right.
So, yeah.
So it sounds like they were really flexible in allowing you to transition.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice. So I heard a common theme here, though, in that you applied for both positions, you got both positions, you were really excited to start both positions, and now that there's an opportunity to apply again to this new position, do you think there's maybe a correlation in your application this time and you applying last time?
My first time, I just really wanted to get involved. I didn't know what was out there. This was something I did similar in high school, and so that was like my comfort zone.
Okay.
But when I went into that summer position and I went through it and I was done with it, I loved like what we did as a program and the fact of what we do. So I guess now in applying, it's different in terms of I want to continue doing something rather than what is out there
Okay.
for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at first you were kind of just intrigued, you kind of didn't know what was going to be a part of the actual job, but then later on you ended up really enjoying it and really loving being a part of like the university, and it sounds like a lot of what the university stands for has impacted you. So do you think there may be other positions that you can maybe apply for that are maybe similar but not the same exact position?
Not over the summer though.
Okay.
So over the summer, it's a really it's a really unique program in our university. Over the summer, there's not a lot of things like that. But in terms of like representing the university and how people coming in, there are other positions in my department that I'm still working right now that are similar. But those applications are open in the spring, late spring. So
And are those positions year round or?
year round, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And so in applying to this position, the summer one, it would just be short term, right?
Yeah.
Would it be June or May?
Well, technically, we uptake the position in January.
Okay.
We'll have weekly meetings, and that's where we get trained on, well, everyone else will get trained already know, but train on like professionalism, how to work in groups, diversity. Then over the summer, that's when the intensive training starts. So that's when the more time comes in. Yes, I have like the weekly meetings, but that's not such a time commitment because they're about an hour a week. So.
Okay. And so are you able to do that now within the job that you have currently?
Yeah.
You're able to go to the hour meetings until that transition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do you maybe have any other options besides this great job opportunity?
Well, there are other applications open for a residential advisor.
Okay.
So that's you get similar to where you get trained over the summer, and you live on campus in the residence halls with first-time freshmen, and you, in a sense, act like a mentor, similar to my position that I had last year.
Okay.
But you're living with them, you're trying to get them adjusted to university.
So we did a lot of work today talking about the pros and cons of assuming this new position and applying for it and working towards making a decision on finishing out the application process to this or maybe finding a different job opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was thinking if it was okay with you that we could end the session to kind of relax a little bit. We did a lot of great work today, and so I was thinking we could end the session by doing a couple deep breaths, and then we can pick it up next week. Okay. So in starting deep breaths, I can go ahead and start them. They're going to be 4 big deep breaths, and I'm just going to kind of guide you through them. You can go ahead and relax on your chair, feel comfortable, and we can start by inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for another 4 seconds, and exhaling for the last 4 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and lead us. So first we're going to inhale 4 seconds, hold, and let it go. Let it go. So it's all gone. And we're going to lead into the next one. We're going to inhale, hold,